Hey, John Sabo here in Da Nang, Vietnam. In this video, everything you need to know about where to stay in Da Nang right here. Plus a bonus for you, how to make an angry expat even angrier. Video starts right now. Da Nang is one of Vietnam's top destinations for foreigners and locals alike. Its magnificent My Khe Beach is one of the most beautiful stretches of sand in all of Southeast Asia, and the city is within close proximity to the ancient town of Hoi An and mountain views from the world-famous Bana Hills. But where's the best place for you to stay? In this video, I'll take you to all of the most popular neighborhoods where foreigners like to stay for short and long-term visits, and let you decide which is the right place for you. I'm John Sabo, and these are my Far East travels. Da Nang is located in central Vietnam, approximately 800 kilometers south of the capital, Hanoi, and 950 kilometers north of Ho Chi Minh City. My Khe Beach is the center of the tourism industry in Da Nang and is about a 15-minute taxi ride from the airport. All right, and here I am in Da Nang International Airport. This is a great airport, and this is where most people will arrive when they're visiting Da Nang or Hoi An here in central Vietnam. It's also a great airport because there's lots of connections, direct connections to many major cities in East Asia and Southeast Asia right from here. So a couple of things you should remember when you arrive. First off, do not purchase a SIM card right at the airport. Typically, SIM cards that are purchased at airports, kiosks in Vietnam will not work for very long. Sometimes they don't even work at all. So best bet is to buy a SIM card directly from a telecom provider such as Viettel or Vinaphone. And there are shops all over Da Nang that you can show up, show your passport, and get a proper SIM card that you can top up later. Secondly, do not pick up a ride or take a ride from somebody that approaches you. Now, rarely does this happen to me here in Da Nang, often in Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi, but somebody actually, before I started filming this clip, approached me and they show you the phone and they say, you need a grab ride, and they show you what the fare is. But it's not a grab ride. Got a secret for you. It's not a grab ride unless you order it yourself. So this is kind of a trick that a lot of motorbike drivers will use, or even cars will use. So do not take a ride, even if they say it's a grab ride, from somebody directly. Book it through the app first. You can also book a Vinasun or Mylin cab in the airport here, or take one of those cabs as long as it's official, and that should be okay. They're probably the most trustworthy and reliable cab companies in Vietnam. And you'll have to, if you're taking a grab ride, just walk across the street to the parking lot there. That's where you'll pick up your taxi or grab taxi. They cannot pick you up right at the terminal. And then also, if you're traveling really light and you want to take a motorbike ride, a grab bike ride, you need to go to where all of the motorbikes are parked in the parking lot, and it's there where the grab drivers on bikes can pick you up and drop you off. So we got all that under control. Let's head to the beach. first neighborhood or ward we'll cover in this video is An, which also includes the An Thuong Tourist Streets quarter, extremely popular with Western tourists and expats. Probably the biggest attraction An offers is its close proximity to the liveliest portion of Khue Beach that offers beachside bars, a string of hotels directly across the beach, and let's just say, a nightlife that is pretty active, at least for Danang. It's super convenient for visitors here for a short time and good for long-term stays, provided you don't mind always being in the center of the action. An and An Thuong has a wide variety of hotels, apartments, from 5-star to the very simple in the budget range. There's not much of a need for transportation if you're staying here for a short period of time, as almost everything is within walking distance. Even if your room is not right across from the beach, you'll never be more than a few minutes' walk away from the ocean. An and An Thuong also has the highest concentration of international restaurants in Danang, so if you're wanting a break from Vietnamese food, you'll have lots of choices from pizza to falafel and a very good selection of vegetarian and vegan restaurants. Danang does not have a nightlife comparable with Ho Chi Minh City or Hanoi, but you'll find an Irish pub and other bars with live music and some cafes and local-style restaurants that stay open until the early hours. So you want to make an angry expat even angrier? And by the way, I'm an expat, but I'm not an angry expat. And I have friends that are expats that aren't angry expats. But if you want to make an angry expat even angrier, tell them you've come to Danang to retire. Or better yet, tell them you've already started your retirement in Danang. Or tell them that you're a digital nomad and you're going to spend 2 or 3 years here. So they'll immediately tell you, after they've blown their stack, that you can't do this, it's very difficult to do this, you'll have to do visa runs continually, there is no retirement visa currently available in Vietnam, nor is there a digital nomad visa currently available like there are now in some other countries. And to be honest, they won't be wrong in telling you that, it's true. If you want a traditional kind of stationary retirement base, it's very difficult to do that in Vietnam because you will have to exit the country minimum every 3 months and return, and before you return you have to reapply for a new visa. And the same thing goes if you're a digital nomad. So there's other countries that you can do that in. Obviously you can get a retirement visa for Thailand and for Cambodia as well, and perhaps other countries, or be able to stay at least in other countries with a little more ease than in Vietnam. But let me pose this to you. Why would you want to just stay stationary in one place for your retirement? Because you had to do that your whole life when you were working. Maybe you had the same job for a lot of years, and so you stayed in the same place. Or you stayed in the same city, and you lived in the same house or apartment. So why would you want to do that now in your retirement years when you have the freedom? You just got to get over that hump that you need to be in this one space all the time. Because now that you've got your freedom, you can spend 3 months in Vietnam, 3 months in Thailand, 3 months or 2 months in Cambodia, and spend a few weeks doing other things as well. You don't need stuff anymore. Just have a couple of bags maximum of things that you take with you wherever you go. And you know, you don't need pets necessarily. I know people that volunteer at pet shelters, and that's very fulfilling for them. They get a lot out of that without having to have their own pet. So think about living in different places. And, you know, to be honest, I think you'll just have much more fun. It'll be more fulfilling. You'll become more compassionate because you'll understand and get used to different cultures and different ways of doing things, and you'll have the benefits of eating different cuisines. And maybe one day you will settle down in one spot, but there's no hurry to do that. So think about multiple countries for retirement. Just a thought. Khue My is a quieter neighborhood compared with My An, and is popular with long-term expats. It's also home to some of the oldest five-star resorts on the beach in Danang. Don't let those resorts make you think that the beaches are exclusive to their guests. This portion of the beach has several public access points, making it convenient for anyone to visit this much quieter end of My. Swimming is permitted in flagged areas. If you make your way into the ocean outside of the flags, expect a lifeguard to continually blow their whistle at you until you make your way to the flagged area. There are a number of convenience stores, massage parlors, restaurants, and cafes, but expect less of an international vibe here compared with My An. There are plenty of choices for guests wanting to stay in Danang for a much longer period of time, weeks to months and beyond in this ward, and several new, larger projects under construction. Still within New Han San district and south of Khue My, you'll find Hoi Hai. Popular with guests looking for the five-star experience. On the beach side, Hoi Hai begins at the Hyatt Regency Resort, where in 2017, then U.S. President Donald Trump stayed and gave a speech to war veterans while here for an Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation meeting. Other leaders of the delegation included Chinese President Xi Jinping, Russian President Vladimir Putin, and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. This district, New Han San, named for its most famous landmark, the Marble Mountains, are located in Hoi Hai and are one of the most popular tourist stops in Danang. Even amidst these luxury resorts, you can find budget accommodations in Hoi Hai for short-term or long-term stays. Hoi Hai is also where you can find one of the largest hotel complexes in Danang that includes a 250-meter-length swimming pool. The Sheraton Grand Resort was also the host of a gala dinner for world leaders at the 2017 APEC meeting held in Danang. Like Khue My, there are plenty of public access points to Non Nok Beach, which is the strip of beach that continues after My in Hoi Hai. Khue My and My An, you'll find the district of Sin Cha, and our next stop, Phuoc My. If anyone challenges you on your decision to stay here, just say Phuoc My. Starting from Nguyen Van Tourist Street, this ward has a high concentration of 4- and 5-star accommodations. But like almost every other district and ward in Da Nang, a good choice of budget accommodations can be found here as well. This is a perfect choice for those who are on points programs with international hotels like Sheraton and Radisson. Geared so much to Westerners compared with My An, you'll still find a fantastic range of restaurants, cafes, and bars in this area that lean more towards the well-heeled, especially along the beach. An expansive portion of My Beach is a big part of the appeal of Phuoc My, with waves on the gentler side towards the northern end of the strip and some spectacular views of the peninsula. You'll also find less, if any, team-building events sponsored by Vietnamese companies here compared with My An. Finally, our last stop on My Beach is the far northern end of Man Thai. This area features a small selection of 4-star properties. Although you are further away from the busier Phuoc My and My An with its vast array of restaurants, cafes, and shops, you end up trading off that convenience for a quieter beach setting and local flavor with the nearby fishing village and harvesting activities regularly taking place on the beach. You can take all of this peaceful end of My in this colorful, comfortable setting. As well, you're close to the beautiful Sin Cha Peninsula and the Lady Buddha statue, which is actually a statue of Quan Am, the goddess of compassion. Being close to the peninsula and bay affords some calmer waters as well. Like almost any of these wards or neighborhoods away from the beach, there are very affordable and budget properties for short or long-term rentals. Moving close to the heart of the city, our first stop is on the east side of the Han River and the wards of An Hai Bac and An Hai Trung. focus on the small strip between the Han River and Dragon Bridges, where most things of interest to tourists are found. This area is popular with Korean visitors, but anyone might find this a fun place to stay that has not only an interest in beach activities, but also a cool and compact Vietnamese urban scene. Again, like most of these areas, there's a wide variety of places to stay for short or long term. It also features one of the largest shopping malls in Da Nang, Vincom Plaza, with international retail brands and cinemas. This is also a convenient base for the Dragon Bridge Fire and Water Breathing Show every Saturday and Sunday night at 9 p.m. The whole neighborhood bursts at the seams, with thousands packed around the beer seafood joints and the bridge itself for the spectacle. And if you have a room high enough facing the river, you could watch the event from your balcony window. Our final stop is Hai Chau district, encompassing most of the downtown city center. We'll focus on the area between the Han River Bridge and Chantilly Bridge, where visitors will find the most interesting sights and activities. The Han River divides the peninsula side with the downtown side. It has three main arteries that literally pump commerce and people in and out of the downtown core. The three main bridges that you should be familiar with are the Han River Swing Bridge, the Dragon Bridge, and the Chantilly Bridge. It's easy to say without hesitation, of all the bridges of Da Nang, the Dragon Bridge is the most iconic. Its design is that of a dragon in motion on its flight to the East Sea. The dragon itself spans a length of 586 meters with a total weight of 9,000 tons. Its yellow color symbolizes prosperity and the future. The Chantilly Bridge is named after a Vietnamese revolutionary from Quang Nam Province. She was a member of the Vietnam People's Army and South Vietnam Liberation Army. The bridge was the first cable-stayed bridge constructed in Vietnam between 2009 and 2013. Its design resembles the sail of a ship facing the East Sea. The Nguyen Van Choi walking bridge was originally built by a U.S. contractor in 1965. Today, it is only open to pedestrians and makes for a wonderful spot to soak up the Han River atmosphere and get some spectacular photos next to the Chantilly Bridge. The Han River Bridge is the first and only swing bridge in Vietnam. The bridge regulates ship traffic on the Han River. It takes 60 minutes to swing 90 degrees and can be seen in motion on Saturday and Sunday night at 11 p.m. Here's a challenge for you. Walk all of the bridges during your stay. You'll take away a piece of Da Nang few will ever have the ambition to do. Hanging out in Da Nang City Center is obviously a much different vibe than anywhere around My Khe Beach and allows for an experience much less influenced by international travelers. The city has an impressive list of cafes along with beer joints, national and international food and beverage chains, many only seen in this part of Da Nang. accommodation, a wide range of rooms are available, from 5-star properties to the usual cheap and cheerful. Food choices lean more towards Asian flavors, from the obvious Vietnamese to Japanese and Korean restaurants. You'll find the highest concentration of sushi joints in this section of the city. Bac Dang Street is one of the best places to find a seat in the evening and have some dessert or a drink while enjoying spectacular views of the Han River, riverboats passing by, and on the weekend, long-distance views of the fire and water-breathing Dragon Bridge. Visit 2 local traditional markets while you're here. The more tourist-focused Han Market sells lots of souvenirs, including packaged food to take home and knockoff goods. The Cone Market, right at the city center, is more wholesale and locally focused.
All right, so I know what you're thinking. Why would anybody want to stay downtown if they come to Da Nang? Most people want to stay at the beach, of course, it's obvious, but some people do like the vibe of a Vietnamese city and prefer to stay around here. There's lots of Asian tourists that like to stay here. There's lots of hotels that seem to be full all the time on either side of the river here. If you like the vibe of a Vietnamese city, you'd probably like staying around here, at least maybe for part of your stay. There's amazing restaurants all around you within walking distance, bars, and some pretty cool cafes, and probably chance to, I say, mingle more with locals here than on the peninsula side. Great views of the river, nice boardwalks to check out. Only thing is, I probably suggest you don't try taking a swim in this thing.
I really can't think of a beach destination in Southeast Asia that offers such a variety of experiences to match almost anyone's taste in vacations and long-stay visits. You can really make Da Nang whatever you want it to be. Isn't that what makes a great destination?
Hey, thanks so much for watching. And I think you watched the whole video if you're watching this right now, and it was a long one, so thank you. I hope you learned a lot about Da Nang, so much now that you'll know exactly where you want to stay when you come here next time. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. There are lots more videos on Vietnam on this channel, as well as from East Asia, the rest of Southeast Asia, and South Asia. So again, do subscribe. Thanks again. From Da Nang, Vietnam, this is John Sabot. Peace, love, and safe travels.